Hello everybody and welcome back to another math lesson with Mr. Eichler. Today we're going to be talking about subtraction of fractions and decomposing, while we're also adding the additional fun of regrouping the whole number. Because, yeah, math. Let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to go up there. It worked today. And we're going to turn the page. Ooh, mysterious screen. What could be under curtain number 1? Hey, look, it's a math problem. Because, it's just that easy. When we subtract, we are taking a group of 5, and we got a group of 4. And when I subtract my group, I'm taking 1 away from here, from there, 1 from up here, 1 from down here, 1 from down here, 1 from up here, 1 from down here, 1 from up here, and I only have 1 left. And it's that easy. 1 is the answer. But what happens when I have this? Now, I know many of my class would say this is -1. However, we don't do negative numbers in 4th grade, do we? So it's not -1. This means that something is really wrong with our subtraction, and I need to look at my equation and make sure I've set it up correctly. But what happens when I have this? I still got to take that 5 from the 4, but there's not enough here. Yes, of course, I regroup. We borrow 1. We are left with 1. We move this 10 over to the 1's column, and I now have 14. And then I subtract for 9, bring down my 1, answer. It's that easy. Well, what happens when I have this? When I have a whole number minus a fraction? Can't do that. I don't have apples and oranges. I don't have common denominators. I need to make this fraction into a whole number. No, it doesn't work. Can I make my whole number into a fraction? Yes, I can. But what fraction? Well, I check my denominator, right? Same on the bottom, same on the top, equals 1 whole. So 1 whole equals 4 fourths. So I'm going to convert my whole number into 4 fourths. Then I can decompose. 1, 2, 3, 4 fourths. I'm running out of room. Sorry, mouse drawing 101. And 1 fourth. And I'm going to subtract. Well, when I subtract, I remove 1. I remove 1. I am now left with 1, 2, 3. Denominator, fourths. This is how we regroup with fractions. This very concept, taking one whole number, making it a fraction, and then decomposing that fraction into 4 pieces. That whole number, rather, into 4 pieces. In this case, 4 pieces because our denominator is 4. I'm babbling. Let's turn the page. Here's our first example. Why, this looks oddly familiar, doesn't it? 1/4 minus 3 fourths. So we decompose. We take our whole number, and this becomes 4 fourths. My one fraction, 1/4, poor lonely little fraction, and 3 fourths over here. 1, 2, 3 fourths. Now we subtract 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. And now I'm left with, oh no, wait, that's not right. That's a whole number, isn't it? Silly mistake. This is a very common silly mistake that we make when we do fractions. Not paying attention, and we take 1/4 here and a whole number here, and that of course changes everything. Now, I can't take 1/4 away here because I don't have 1/4 over here to take it from. What to do? You guessed it. We need to decompose that whole number. In a sense, we are regrouping. We are regrouping this whole number and making this fraction an improper fraction for a moment. So I'm going to take 1/4, and we're just going to break that down. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all fourths, so I'll put my denominator underneath. And now I can continue to subtract. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. And this is my answer right here, 2/4. This is what I have left over. So I write down 2/4, and it's that easy. Really, it is. This is not a complicated process. And parents, you're going to note that the biggest breakdown is going to come in regrouping a whole number, identifying what denominator it needs to be, and then regrouping one whole number so that you can continue the subtraction process. Okay? Just as a little footnote. Here we go. This one's considerably bigger. But don't let big numbers intimidate you or scare you. It's the exact same process. So we begin at the beginning and we begin to decompose. We start at our first whole number, which is 4 wholes. So what is my denominator? 7. So 1 equals 7. Same number on the bottom, same number on the top. Numerator, denominator the same, equals 1 whole number. But how many wholes do I have? 4. So I need 4 7/7. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will also be another bit of a sticking point, is not just putting 1 7/7 down and calling it 4. Is putting down 4 7/7. And then 1, 2, 3, 1/7. Minus 2 7/7 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 7s. I love making 7s with a mouse. Good times. Okay, so now we are going to subtract. We will start over here with the 7s. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Uh-oh. I'm out of 1/7 over here. Can I stop here? No. I always take from the right, then from the left. I cannot stop because I have more 1/7, which means I need to continue subtracting. So we need to regroup. Now, one of the ways, again, I recommend to keep things straight on the paper, circle what you are going to decompose. Okay? And then just draw yourself a little bracket like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For accounting purposes, it will keep everything nice and straight. So now I know where everything's coming from here. There's no, well, where did all these 1/7 magically appear from? Get in there. Okay, now I can regroup, or I'm sorry, now I can continue to subtract that one and you right there. All right, get out of there. And now I have a whole number. So now I subtract 1 whole number. I don't subtract this one because I've already subtracted it. I've already broken this one up, decomposed it. So I need to go to the next whole number. And again, this is why we circle it and or even put a line through it, just so we know that one's been used. Don't use it twice. What's left to do? Now we count it all up. I've used all the fractions and whole numbers over here. Now I count up what's left over here. 1, 2 wholes equals, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 7s. And there we go. That is subtraction with whole numbers and regrouping the whole number. Take your time with this. This is a big jump for some. Others, they just jump right in and they got this stuff. For the kids that are able to do all of this in their head, and they can take 4 and make that 28 7s and add 3, and now I got 37s, and if you know what I'm talking about, great. If you don't worry about it. They're doing it the way mom and dad do it. They can do this in their head, many of them, and that's good, and I love it that they can. And next year, it's just going to be so much easier for them, but we still have to do it this way. We still have to be able to decompose and recompose and show all of this and explain all of this. So it is good that they can do this in their head because they can do it both ways, and they can then check their work and know that they got the right answer. So it's a big plus. That's all I got. Thank you all very much for tuning in yet once again. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.